Good evening. Welcome. You're watching Your Trades on ET Now. I'm Harshita. With me is Lisa Fernandez. Over the next half an hour, we'll take you through all that's happened in the week gone by. Let's quickly look at the benchmark Nifty itself. Saw a sharp decline, 2.5% lower for the week gone by. We also saw the broader indices decline largely on similar lines. So we saw the Nifty mid cap down nearly 3%, Nifty small cap down around 2.2%. In terms of sectors as well, pressure built up with regard to the Nifty metal, the Nifty pharma, the Nifty bank, all of which closed over 2% lower for the week gone by. We also saw the likes of a Nifty auto and the Nifty energy, which was down 1.5+%. The Nifty PSU bank made a dramatic recovery on Friday and was up 4% in trade. And what you saw, therefore, was it closed the week down just 0.5%. So had that not happened, likely Nifty PSU bank would have been the top loser in trade. Let's also quickly look at some specific names in terms of the declines that we saw today. We saw the likes of, or this week rather, we saw the likes of the top losers on the Nifty, UPL as well as Adani Enterprises. They led the losses there. The Nifty Metal Index has hit a 3-month low. Top loser dragged was Hindustan Copper and Welspun Corporation. Bank Nifty has now hit a 6-month low. Bandhan Bank, Federal Bank leading the losses on that one. Nifty FMCG also 4-month low. We're seeing United Spirits and Colgate dragging that one. Nifty IT on a 2-month low. LTI Mindtree, Tech Mahindra after that poor set of numbers was the one which led the losses there. We also, in the meantime, saw ICICI Bank, decent set declared by ICICI Bank over the weekend. And despite that, the stock was a bit of a drag in the week. In fact, provisioning was lower on ICICI Bank, and that was the big plus, Lisa.
Yes, and considering, Harsh, it was a truncated week, a lot of action, a lot of moving parts, but even next week is heavily packed. We have the PMI data for India as well as US, and also important earnings are lined up. Larsen & Toubro, Sun Pharma, Tata Motors, Adani Enterprise will report their earnings next week. And most importantly, all eyes will be on the FOMC rate decision also next week on November 1st. So to take us through the market outlook and also what to expect going forward, we have on board a guest, Rajesh Palviya, who is the technical head at Axis Securities. Welcome, Rajesh, on the show. Thank you for taking your time out for the show. We saw Nifty, the market saw a brutal sell-off. Nifty was weak at 3-month low. Nifty Bank was at a 6-month low. But today we saw a rebound. So can we say that the tide is turning in favor for the market? What are your market expectations going forward, and what are the levels that you're seeing for the indices?
Yeah, good afternoon. We've seen Nifty corrected sharply throughout the week, and we have marked a low of around 18,830 kind of low, and recovery was there on the first day of November series. We can say it's a technical pullback as market was in extreme oversold trajectory for both the indices like Nifty and Bank Nifty. Both were in extreme oversold trajectory. Even if we look at the indicators, most of the indicators were showing that they were in oversold. So it's a technical pullback which we can say at this moment, though both the indices are trading below to all their important moving averages. Nifty is now trading below 200-day moving average. Bank Nifty is trading below 200-day as well as 200-day moving average. So I think this pullback can continue further, but still on the higher side for Nifty, 19,200, 19,250 are the key resistance area as of now. Until the Nifty not manages to cross 19,250 area, again the call concentration area is around 19,200. So that may act as a supply zone again in this pullback. For Bank Nifty, the major supply zone is at around 43,000, 43,200. That's the challenging level for Bank Nifty on the higher side. until these levels are not taken out by on the closing basis, again supply pressure is likely to be there in this pullback on the higher side. On the other end, on the downside, now 19,000 and 18,950 are the key important support area for Nifty. Till these levels are intact, some pullback may continue, but once we break again below 18,950, then this fall can continue further as the structure for near term to short term is turned on the bearish side. So whatever positions investor or trader have taken to play this pullback, they should closely watch 19,250 area and try to book some profit of their trading positions around those levels, because that level is very crucial on the high side. And for Bank Nifty, 43,200 is the crucial level.
Rajesh, quickly, when it comes to Maruti, we saw results today, good result reaction on the stock. It was soaring, hit its all-time high. What's your sense now with regard to Maruti, as well as when you're looking at something like a Tata Motors and a Hero, the entire auto pack, in fact, 1.4% higher on the Nifty auto. So how should one look at it going forward into next week?
So Harsh, some of the sectors like automobile, real estate, these sectors are still in the bullish trajectory, though market was in correction. But these corrections are not given major impact to this automobile as well as this real estate space. So I think these two spaces are looking very promising even at the current juncture. From automobile space, yes, Maruti is still holding the ground at the higher level. Though stock has shown some corrective move in last half an hour of trade after the number, but still as the stock is holding about 10,300, 10,200 mark, there is no as such worry in terms of trend of Maruti. I think if these levels are going to hold by market, then possibly again Maruti can continue more towards 11,000, 11,300 kind of level in the short period of time. So overall structure is bullish. One should hold their position with stop loss of 11,200 on the market.
Right. And Rajesh, coming next week, we also have some other key earnings also which will come through. So let's try and break your view on some of those as well. You have the likes of L&T coming in. What's your sense on something like an L&T? Also, if I can club that with the pharma pack, we had a couple of earnings today as well on pharma. We also have Sun Pharma set to announce results. How should one look at those two pockets?
L&T overall long-term structure is bullish. For this month, yes, we have seen a corrective move of around 4% on L&T, but overall structure is looking promising. Stock is almost trading near to its 50-day moving average. That is very important support area for this near-term trend. So 28.50, 28.60 are the important level for L&T on the downside. If at all something comes positive on the results, so there is a high probability of pullback trade in the L&T, and on the higher side, 3,040 is the key level to watch for on the higher side. Once the stock crosses about 3,040 level, then stock will resume its uptrend, and then we can see furthermore higher levels towards 3,200, 3,250 kind of level in the short term. So overall structure is bullish. One should adopt a buy on decline kind of strategy in L&T. Sun Pharma is consolidating since last 3-4 months. Overall structure is bullish for the long-term setup. Stock is almost trading near to its important last 3 months support area, that is at around 1,100 and 1,090 kind of level. If at all stock not breaks below 1,090, then there is a possibility that Sun Pharma can also exhibit some more pullback action from current level, and we can see a level of 1160, 1170. That's the immediate supply zone. If at all stock crosses above 1160, 1170 zone, then this momentum can exceed further towards 1230, 1260 kind of level. So overall structure is in consolidation mode. Stock is trading near to support area of 1,090. So that level needs to watch post earning. If these levels not taken down, then I think it's an opportunity to buy in Sun Pharma also.
And with that, let's flip to a short break. More news and updates on the other side of the break. So stay tuned on the show.
The Nifty PSU Bank making an extremely smart move in trade today. When I'm looking at the week gone by, the Nifty PSU Bank was down just 0.5% over the week, but it's made a 4% move in trade. on the last day of the week. What's your sense now on the Nifty PSU Bank? And if you can also give us a couple of names which you find interesting.
Sure. Yeah, so Nifty PSU Bank, yes, has given a very smart pullback from its 100-day moving average, and now now Nifty PSU index is trading about to 50-day moving average. So I think this recovery can continue further. Stock like Canara Bank, SBI, PNB, these all stocks have shown good buying interest. From this PSU space, yes, Canara Bank is looking very promising, and that stock I have already shortlisted for this buying for the, and Canara Bank is looking very promising. We expect that this momentum can extend further. 395, 400 kind of level we can see in Canara Bank in continuation of this up move. Again, SBI is also recovered from its multiple support zone area. That was at around 550 kind of level, and on a weekly closing basis there is a long lower shadow on a weekly chart that clearly shows that whatever supply was there, that was bought by the investors. So I think 550 is the level. If SBI also hold this level, then possibly SBI can also show some pullback towards 585, 590 kind of zone. So Nifty PSU space is looking very promising. One can look at PNB also. Stock is managing to hold its important support area of 68 on a weekly closing basis. So that's the level where one can keep stop loss to buy PNB also. And we feel that that looking at the weekly as well as the daily chart, we expect that PNB can also exhibit some more upside towards 78 or 80 kind of level. So these three stocks are looking very promising on the PSU banking pair, and I think PSU Bank Nifty can also continue further more upside towards 5,050, 5,100 kind of level.
Right. Thanks for that, Rajesh. My last question is with regard to Nifty Metal. That was a top in trade sectorally this week. We saw declines, across the board, 3.5%+ on the Nifty Metal. How should one look at it? How should one position it for next week? Because now that one is at a 4-month low.
So underperformance is there from Nifty Metal space. Most of the stocks from metal space are, struggling to give any kind of, breakout and sustain selling pressure in most of the metal stocks throughout the week. And looking at the near-term, short-term structure for Nifty Metal Index, we believe that, until the Nifty Metal Index not crosses above 6,600 kind of level, it will remain under pressure. And on the downside, the next major support area is at around 6,200. That coincides with its 200-day moving average. So I think till 6,600 level not taken out by Nifty Metal, sell or rise is the strategy at this moment. Some of the stocks like JSW still has given a breakdown, so there could be more pressure. We can see towards 700 kind of level. Tata Steel has given a breakdown of its upsloping trend line on daily as well as on the weekly chart. So there could be another round of selling pressure we can see in Tata Steel also. So overall, one should avoid to buy metal stocks at this juncture. Sell on rise is the strategy at this moment.
Right. Thank you for that, Rajesh. And finally, what can we have in terms of your top picks for next week?
So Harsh, as we have already discussed about the PSU Bank, and then Canara Bank is my pick for the next week. Looking at the overall structure for Canara Bank, the kind of recovery which we have witnessed in today's session, that is clearly showing that outperformance is going to be there in Canara Bank. And we can see a target of 395 to 400 in the coming week. One can buy with stop loss of 368. Another stock is from automobile space, that is Tata Motor. Stock has given a sharp up move from its recent low. Stock managed to hold its 50-day moving average. The kind of recovery which we have seen in today's session, that can continue further. 665 is the next target. One can buy with stop loss of 628. And the third stock is from the PSU, that is Coal India. That there is outperformance in this kind of volatile market. Stock hold out at higher level, and looking at the overall structure for near term, short term, it's looking bullish. Weekly chart is clearly showing that the long lower shadow on the weekly chart, that clearly shows that dips are bought by the traders. So I think Coal India is the stock where one can look at to buy. 324 is the next target. One can buy with stop loss of 306.
Thank you, Rajesh, for sharing us your picks and also the market outlook, how it's going to trend going forward. And thank you for your time on this show. But moving on, let's see what's